This hearing first, we now know that it looks like General Petraeus will in fact be appearing. What exactly do you want to know from him?
Well, what we're trying to get is all the information regarding the attacks in Benghazi and get a clear timeline, because there's still a lot of conflict between what the administration and the intelligence community is saying on how this attack evolved. And so we need to have full accountability of the administration, of the intelligence community. We need to have answers and transparency for the American people and certainly for the families of those who were lost.
You heard, I was just talking to Dan Lothian about what the president has said backing the UN ambassador, Susan Rice. We know that John McCain and Lindsey Graham, both senators, have said that they would try to scuttle any nomination if that would happen. Would you support that scuttling? I mean, do you want to kill her nomination, in fact?
Well, the fact is you can't put somebody out as the face of the issue on all the Sunday morning talk shows and then turn around weeks later and say she knew nothing about the incident and had nothing to do with it. I mean, that is just plainly wrong. You don't put somebody out who doesn't know about the issue and just have them go out to feed us the information that the administration wants put out. So we have to get to the bottom of what happened in Benghazi, and certainly the Senate will hold confirmation hearings if she's nominated to be the Secretary of State, and leave it to the Senate to decide.
Rice? Yeah, I mean, Anderson was asking John McCain this yesterday, right? I mean, if you use that measurement, put someone out, for example, about weapons of mass destruction that turn out ultimately not to be the case, and they're the face of that, and then later you determine that they're not there, and you know the information was wrong. Isn't that exactly analogous to what happened with Condoleezza Rice, who John McCain supported and who Lindsey Graham supported?
I don't believe so, because here we had a situation where the information was wrong, not coming back and saying the person had nothing to do with the situation. I mean, Condi Rice was in a position to be able to be the face and the information was wrong. But here we had wrong information, and then weeks later we have the administration coming back saying, well, this person had nothing to do with the situation.
So
you want to put somebody out that has information.
Let me walk through that more slowly so you don't lose me. So you're saying the issue in both cases was that weapons of mass destruction and information intelligence coming to the UN ambassador, Susan Rice, both cases, the information was wrong. So what you take exception with is what the White House did later. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. The fact is what we have is a situation where somebody who had no firsthand knowledge is now put out to be the face of the incident, and then weeks later it said, well, you know, come and attack me because she had nothing to do with it. Look, we not only have to get to the bottom of the response.
You've lost me completely. Let's back up again. I'm sorry, forgive me, but you've lost me. So in both cases, you have someone who says, we had intelligence, the intelligence was wrong. What I said was wrong because the intelligence was wrong. How is this not analogous to Ambassador Susan Rice and to Condoleezza Rice?
Because nobody came out and said that Condoleezza Rice had nothing to do with the situation. Okay, here's the difference, is that they put forward really a sacrificial lamb in Ambassador Rice. Somebody could go out, make statements, and then they could claim deniability after the information was proven to be wrong. That didn't happen.
So nobody said that Condoleezza, so Charles Blow, help me, forgive me, I'm not being facetious at all, I'm just truly trying to understand this. So he's saying nobody said that Condoleezza Rice didn't have anything to do with the situation.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, are you saying that Condoleezza Rice actually should have known because she had more intimacy with the information and then still said something that she knew was wrong, and that in fact Susan Rice is a sacrificial lamb because she was put out as the face of the administration for something that she didn't know anything. So in fact, it's more of a defense of Susan Rice than it is a condemnation of Susan Rice. That's how it sounds to me.
Will you walk us through that one more time? You think it's different because Condoleezza Rice actually had firsthand knowledge?
That was wrong.
Position, nobody came back after the fact in that situation with Condoleezza Rice to say she had no knowledge and nothing to do with the situation. Here we're saying that Ambassador Rice was put out as the public face, and then after the information blew up and was found to be wrong, was said that she had nothing to do with the situation and no knowledge. So why was she put out as the face of the administration on this issue? We have to get to the bottom of not only the response to the attacks in Benghazi, but also to the ultimate failures of the intelligence community to recognize the threat and prepare for the threat to mitigate the attack.
I feel like you're saying from your own comments that Susan Rice had nothing to do with either of those things, right? She didn't have something to do with the intelligence failures, which I believe you've just said, and it looks as if she also had no knowledge at the time, so she's cleared on that front. Later, maybe the White House was reiterating that she had no knowledge. So why would you possibly blame her then?
Well, I'm not blaming Ambassador Rice. What I'm blaming is the administration for not putting forward the information that they had in a quick enough manner to put clarity to this situation to the American people and to the family of those that were lost. We still have conflicting information between the intelligence community and the administration, and that's what we hope to get to the bottom of today in the intelligence hearing that we'll be having with Director of National Intelligence Clapper and Acting Director Morell, as well as tomorrow when former Director Petraeus comes before the House Intelligence Committee.